So why why us? Why historical tours? I'm well aware that the market in London for walking tours and even walking tours that incorporate theatre, historical walking tours is well saturated. There are loads of really great walking tours out there. So I'm gonna, because I'm such a newbie to the market in many ways, I'm gonna attempt to explain why I think my tours, have a place and why people should come on them. Um, so please just indulge me for the next few minutes or so. Firstly, I'm not your typical walking tour guide. The industry is largely dominated by men, although I know that is starting to change, particularly though when it comes to my area of interest, which is dark history. So you generally find either male ex-drama school or, actors confidently striding around London in their dark garb, masterfully projecting their deep, shouty voices across the street, emphasising, the parts of their story well enough that someone in a pub across the road would hear it. And, that would definitely make their drama teachers proud. Or you get the slightly, dare I say, drier, older academic types that have either written a book on the subject and are therefore experts, or are blue badge trained, or have some other credential, that they proudly mention quite often. And, good for them. I have enormous respect for these types. There is a place for them, and they do really, really well. So no disrespect there. This is only just, a playful dig in a way. It's not even a dig, I'd say. But I just want to point out the difference with me, because I'm not ex-drama school. I'm not professionally trained in acting. I don't have a blue badge certificate. I don't have any other professional guiding certificate. I haven't written any books or have a first in history from Oxford. And I realise in many people's eyes that might lower my credibility. But what I believe I have, what I do have, is experience running tours over 3 years now. I believe that I have natural storytelling and comic skill, a love of researching history in my free time, tons and tons of enthusiasm, and a lot of passion for what I talk about, because I research and I write my own tours and I tell the stories that I'm passionate about. So I don't employ guides to regurgitate my scripts. I research and write and run my own tours and my own scripts. So, when I was fired from a walking tour company that shall not be named, I was devastated and I felt completely unfairly cast out and scapegoated. So this experience compelled me to write my own tour, telling the stories of other scapegoated women in history. And that's how Hex and the City was born, telling the stories of London's witches. And from there, I wrote Harlots and Jailbirds, telling the stories of forgotten women written out of history. And these are the stories and characters that I bring to life using my creative and imaginative license. So via my tours, I'm providing a platform for these voices from the past. And although the subjects are often quite dark and depressing, my style is very comedic. So I provide moments of levity without losing the sensitivity and respect for these women's lives. I think, having been on many dark history tours in my time, it is quite hard to strike this balance, because many either go for the pure performative jump shock, jump scare value, or the very serious academic style approach. And I think my tours effectively balance the two. But how can she do theatre if she's not a trained actor, you may ask? Probably not in an American accent. Well, I've been writing and performing my own skits and monologues for a while. I know I've got a knack for it, if you can call it that. Plus, I've got, what most actors need, really, a sense of humour, a love for being in the spotlight. I'm quite eccentric and probably have a desire not to grow up in some respect. I've always loved dressing up and showing off, creating characters, doing different voices. But when I was younger, I was just too shy and insecure to take it anywhere, lest I be judged or criticised. So my background is not drama school. I was too shy for that. I went into teaching. But as you get older, you give less of a shit for what others think. And now I proudly embrace my madness and I channel it through my tours. So when you book a tour with Historical Tours, I think what you're getting is this: An evening of creative retelling and sometimes zany channeling of a selection of largely forgotten women's stories from history, performed for you by women on location in the places in London that they took place. You are immersed in the history and you become a part of it. I examine the historical context of the real-life stories I tell, and you are invited to ponder what this all means for us nowadays. So it's not just about having a fun night out, although it is that, of course, as well, but my tours make people think and want to learn more. So yes, there are lots of other theatrical walking tours, historical walking tours out there that might seem similar to mine. Many of them have better credentials than me, more followers, more of an online presence. But if you're looking for an experience that will make you laugh, occasionally scare you, sometimes sadden you, and definitely inspire you, you might want to consider booking one of my tours. Oh, and tell all your friends too. You can get all the details of my tours on my website, www.historicaltours.co.uk. Thank you.